Hi, it's Coach Joe Lucas, and welcome to the Magellan Network Show. My goal inside of this communication, this show, is to share with you my nearly 30 years of coaching some of the most successful financial advisors in North America. We're going to be talking about strategies, syntaxes. We're going to be bringing guests on from time to time, and I'm going to share with you what's working now. So think of this show as sort of like a little one-on-one kind of mini coaching cast, if you like, where we're going to be going in depth from time to time on strategies to help you grow your business, get more effective, become more efficient, find balance in your time management, grow your business, and quite frankly, whatever else is going on in the world today. So before we get to today's episode, I'd love for you to do a couple things for me. Number one, make sure that if you're watching this on YouTube, that you subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you're doing the audio, make sure that you give us a review on whether Spotify or Apple. We'd really appreciate that. And quite frankly, that does help. It does matter when you rate things and like things and subscribe to things. It helps us get the word out to more of the industry. And lastly, I have a very special gift for you. Go to MagellanNetwork.net, so one word, MagellanNetwork.net, and I have for you a complimentary membership, 100% gratis, where you can tap into about between 50 and 75 hours of masterclasses, forms, tools, templates, and strategies. So please go ahead and make sure you go get that claimed, smash the like button and subscribe. And please go ahead and leave us a review on whatever podcasting platform you're on. And now, let's get to this week's episode. I know we're at the cusp of the Memorial Day weekend here for 2022, and what I want to talk about in this episode is just some best practices around the summer, quite frankly. I do believe that there's a different cadence to business, and there should be. One of our tenets inside of Magellan Network, one of our core beliefs, is that an advisor, i.e. you, never have to retire until either health or you're ready to step away from the game. So in other words, there's no magical 60, 65, 70, 75 or so. You can be vibrant, growing your practice well into your 80s. And with that said, there's no good reason to say to yourself, well, maybe next year I'll take some more downtime, or maybe next year this, and you've been saying that for a long time. One of the things I think is really important is that you give yourself permission, and by the way, most advisors really suck at giving themselves permission to have some mini sabbaticals. What I like to do in building in to strategic calendars and to clients is the possibility of once or twice a year having what we like to call mini sabbaticals. Now, what's a mini sabbatical? If think of it like 1 week's vacation, right? 2 weeks is a great vacation. 3+ weeks becomes a sabbatical. Now, why is that important? A couple different reasons. Number one is that you need to get away from your business, right? There will be no breakthrough thinking while you're staring at the four walls, whether those walls are in an office building or in your home or somewhere else. They are still the four walls that you tend to always occupy. So we need to get out in different environments, right, and experience different things. And my rule has always been with clients, you want to be away from your business long enough that you miss it. Because a lot of you don't miss your business right now. In fact, a lot of you look at your business and you call it what? A J-O-B. So we need to be away from it so that we can appreciate it. What's the old saying? Absence makes the heart grow what? Fonder, right? That's the same thing here in business. So why don't advisors do this? Number one, they're afraid that if I'm away, I'm out of the office, something bad's going to happen. The reality is, if you've trained your clients well and you've trained your staff well, that's virtually almost never happens. I just had a father and son team come back from a 2-week cruise while all the market stuff was going on, by the way, so it wasn't like a benign situation. And, they have a really good team. They have like a junior partner around it, and their business ran flawlessly. In fact, there was a joke that do not return any of those guys' emails. Everything's cool. And what's nice about being at sea is it's kind of hard to communicate that way. The reason why I bring up that story is because it was about giving themselves permission to go do this, right? We have to remember in our industry and in our space that what we do is important. It's very rarely urgent. It's very rarely where 24 to 48 hours is going to make a marginal difference in somebody's long-term outcome. So with that being said, here are some guidelines on the summer. Number one, have a game plan. I know that sounds very, basic, but like for example, and now in our Magellan world, we operate our annual game, as we like to call it, operates in 3 periods. So we've got a 12-month game and 3 periods inside that game. Period 1 is January 1st to Memorial Day, hence why the conversation today. Period 2 is Memorial Day to Labor Day, and then period 3 is Labor Day to the end of the year. Hi, Coach Joe Lukacs here, and I'm just breaking here for a moment just to do a couple quick reminders. Number one, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel or our podcast. In addition, please leave a comment or a review. Those things really, really matter. And share this episode with 3 of your colleagues inside the financial services space. And lastly, make sure that you go ahead and claim your free membership inside of Magellan Network. Now back to this week's episode. Period 1 is about reviews, growing our business, execution, getting some downtime. So we're always going to be taking downtime. We're always going to be sharpening the saw, so to speak, and so on. We get to Memorial Day, and so what is period number 2? It is basically 80% renewal time and strategic projects with windows to visit clients and prospects and COIs, but predominantly our review cycle is over until after Labor Day. So we have summer where we can kind of have a different flow, a different cadence to this. And this will give you longevity. This will give you sustainability inside of your career, because the summer is always going to feel a little bit like a mini retirement. And that's a cool thing. All right. Then Labor Day rolls around, and what are we doing there? We are finishing up the year. So we have September, October, November, another set of reviews, right? Growing the business, inside of it, so on and so forth. So the first thing is you set your calendar. Hey, when am I going to be available? June, July, and August to meet with clients who happen to need a review, or we need to do something with them, right? The other thing you need to do is figure out your sabbatical or your vacation, whatever you're doing. You're out of the offices, right? And you want to block them out, and you let your clients know, you let your staff know, hey, here's what I'm doing, right? Now, some of you are going to sit there and say, well, if I'm on sabbatical, what are the rules around sabbatical? Like, does that mean I don't answer my phone? Look, it's your sabbatical. You decide how you want to play it, right? I've got clients who will take literally the whole month of July off. I know flies his whole family to Maui, and they will spend 4 weeks. At minimum, I think this year maybe 6. And his team will handle 99% of what comes in, and he's only to be bothered in emergencies. So in other words, the staff handles all the client work, requests, so on and so forth. If there's a crisis, we'll jump in, but pretty much he doesn't even check his email for 6 weeks, okay? Then you could be on your email every day. So I'm going to leave that up to you to decide, but here's the thing. You change your location, you change your mindset, you change your thinking, you change your game. Right? So we want to be doing that. What else is the summer really, really good for? Period number 2, strategic projects. Now, what are some strategic projects? Maybe we need to go ahead and redo our brand. Maybe we need to redo our website, right? Summer's a great time to be doing that, right? Maybe we need to sit and re-segment our clients and re-look at our service model. Great project for the summer, right? So use the summer for those strategic projects that you'll have bandwidth for, right, in that regard. So those are just some things I want you to be thinking about. What you never, ever, ever want to do is say to yourself, it's July, I got nothing going on this week, I'm going to come to the office and I'll work on some project, and it's with just code for what? I'm going to hang out. You start hanging out in your office, it creates a lot of bad anchors, associations, negative patterns. It's just lots of bad things happen when you're hanging out. And that's also code for shopkeeping. Now, Some of you were old enough to remember this. Before the internet, right? Before fee-based business, before all this, you had to be a shopkeeper because you traded, because you bought and sold things, because you were a stockbroker, right? That is gone. And so there's no reason to do that anymore other than you've not given yourself permission to do so. So take advantage of the summer. Look at this as a mini retirement. Look, if you've decided for yourself, and I hope you have, by the way, my goal, and people laugh at me, my goal with my clients is to make them, I want them working until they're 100, right? And why do I say that? Number one, if you're enjoying what you're doing, why do you want to stop? If you're going to have these mini retirements every year, like in the summer between Memorial Day and Labor Day, as many of my clients say, there's only so much fishing, there's only so much golf, there's only so much travel, there's only so much that you can do before you get bored. And the worst thing you can ever do in this business is sell your business and then 2 years later wishing you hadn't done it, because that's a tough road back and you're not going to get it back, right? So you want to set up the rules of the game to just enjoy it, to be sustainable. This is the only profession, think about this. This is the only profession where you can have your cake and eat it too. Where you can have economic abundance and time freedom if you set it up properly. So before we say goodbye, just as a commitment, make sure you have your calendar, Memorial Day to Labor Day, have your downtime. Again, I've got 6 weeks out of the 12 that I'm going to be sabbaticaling. So I'm not saying that should be your standard. You want to just, like I said, take enough so you miss it and you get proper downtime. And then if you've got any projects, please get them done, right? You want to be ready to rock and roll come September and not like, oh my God, I need this project done. Like you should be figuring out in the summer, your gifting for your clients, holiday party, like all that needs to be done before Labor Day. So make a list of projects and put them into this big strategic block, or period 2. Thanks for watching and thanks for listening to this episode of the Magellan Network Show. Thank you for watching or listening to this episode of the Magellan Network Show. Hey, if any of this resonated with you, I invite you to come to MagellanNetwork.net, and we have a powerful group coaching community of like-minded advisors. Come in for a trial. You and I will have a one-on-one conversation. Let's see if I can help elevate your game both personally and professionally.